Good morning from the Maldives and welcome back to the channel. This video is showing you what it's like to be on my advanced beginner all-women surf coaching trip in the Maldives. We are on board Mavahi Charters and it's going to be a hell of a week, so let's get into it. It's recording.
Ew, we got half the gang headed to the boat. Okay, we're taking the girls to see the sharkies for the first time. Ooh, there's one. Okay. Hey girls, look at this. Just the girlies. Hell yeah.
If this trip is for your level, if there's one thing I can tell you to do before you come here, it's go surf and paddle as much as you can. Even if it's not catching waves, just get your paddle strength like good before coming to the Maldives, because obviously we prioritize the times when the tides are like the best. But if we happen to be out there when there's some current, I want you guys to have the strength to continue to keep surfing. Because yeah, it does get kind of gnarly, but the girls are wiped out. But that's understandable after about like, what has it been, 6 days of surfing already? Anyway, get your paddle strength in before this trip. Tired. Dead tired. These videos are designed to show you, the viewer, if this trip is right for your level, right? So I have chosen a handful of girls out of the 20 that joined me in the 2 trips back to back to show a little bit of variety and what this trip is aimed for in terms of starting level. However, keep in mind that not everybody will have progress results like this at the end of a trip. A lot of times in surfing, your progress is not super visual. So I found that a lot of girls on this trip, their progress was more their paddling ability, their confidence in the lineup, and their ability to read the waves, which obviously I won't be able to show you that in a video analysis review, right? So that's extremely important. And I also found that this trip was focused on teaching the fundamentals of surfing. Let's get into this video review. The first girl, Carmo, she stayed for both trips back to back. She did come on my all girls learn to surf trip in Nicaragua back in June and found herself at the top of the pack in that trip. So I found that she was perfectly ready for this advanced beginner trip. To me, I say advanced beginner because there's way too big of a gap between beginner and intermediate. So my term advanced beginner is somebody that knows the basics of surfing, knows how to paddle into waves, pop up. Maybe they're not catching every single wave by themselves, but like they understand the basics and somewhat the timing of catching a wave. And they know how to pop up and they feel confident in their ability to do that alone. I had some girls on this trip that knew how to pop up, but weren't technically riding down the line yet. And that is kind of like the bottom line for this trip. It's like your pop up has to be dialed in, and you have to be able to paddle into waves and like paddle strongly. It's definitely recommended that you have some paddle fitness for this trip. And that's kind of like the bottom line. It's like paddling and popping up. If you're going straight still, that's fine. We can work on that. But yeah, that's about the bottom line. And then the upper range in this group is going to be like, you're going down the line and maybe you're starting to do some baby turns, but you really want to learn the fundamental techniques of how to do a turn in surfing. So day one, Carmo had a lot of habits of when she popped up, you can see she's getting caught behind the whitewater. She was always kind of on her heel edge when she popped up. So the whole 2 weeks we were really working on getting her to use her toes and use her legs a lot more on the wave. And you can see on her day 7 of the first trip, she is getting down the line, she's passing the whitewater, she's generating some speed. She started using her legs a little bit better, but there were still some technical things we wanted to refine. So then day 14, our last day of the second trip, definitely improved on that. Like, she's not getting stuck behind the whitewater at all. Her takeoff is a lot more on her toes and she's getting down the line speed very quickly. The perspective of this wave is a bit from the back, but you can still see how much speed she's generating down the line. So that was a huge win, because if you're getting stuck behind the whitewater, you won't be able to practice much turns. And I love the end, super excited. And now we have Carly. Carly has not surfed much at all, but she was a very quick learner. She had a great pop-up, and but she as well was taking off at the bottom of the wave. So she was standing up at the bottom. So we were working on popping up at the top and then opening her shoulders to get down the line. And you can see on day 7, she was popping up at the top of the wave, very balanced, a little bit angled down the line. But we were working on that towards the end, was just getting really angled, and honestly, she had great progress. She told me, she was like, this is progress that would have probably made in like 5 years on my own, just in 1 week. So that was epic. Then we have Lily. Lily was leaning a bit far back on the board, also getting stuck in the whitewater and not quite using her toes either. And you can see by day 7, she was on her toes, she was flying down the line. There's actually a few waves in here for Lily's progress because her progress was so amazing. She did come to Morocco with me in February, and she was surfing a foam board. And then, so she was like very beginner. She had a good pop-up, but she was still on a foam board, kind of barely learning how to turn down the line and move the board, generate speed. And now her progress is just mind-blowing. She's on a way smaller board. I set her up with my shaper in California to get a new board, and her paddle is strong, her pop-up is strong, and you can see just how those results shown. When someone has a strong paddle and a good pop-up, there's just so much room to improve. So as soon as we get those things dialed, this is like a great, great trip. And then we have Miri. Miri was a longboarder. So we were trying to get her a little bit more comfortable on her mid-length. I love coaching women with longboarding backgrounds because they have those basics. But for Miri, it was hard for her to adapt to positioning and start moving the board with some aggression. But as you can see, day 7, she was really using her arms, she was being more aggressive, and she was honestly ripping. Like, it was really cool to watch her confidence grow on the mid-length. And yeah, she was charging. Like, it was really fun. She came into the trip not really thinking that she was gonna be able to surf a smaller board, and she was feeling like she was gonna be embarrassed, but no, she absolutely killed it and was such a pleasure to have and coach. And yeah, so that concludes the few girls that I chose for this progress video. So as you can see in the beginning, they can stand up and they understand some basics about surfing, but this trip is really about teaching you the fundamentals of generating speed, going down the line, and then maybe starting to do some turns.
Diving. Last day, absolutely no energy.
Oh, really? Yeah.
All the board bags are getting packed. This is so sad. The Barbie soft top. No, safe travels. Till next time, Barbie. Pulling into the Malé Harbor right now. Just wrapping up 2 incredible weeks with the girls. My heart is so full. I did cry last night. It snuck out. I keep waiting for these trips to feel like less special, just like because I'm doing so many of them, but like I swear every time they just get like more and more powerful. So that's a really special thing, and just super proud of what I've built. But yeah, these trips were incredible, and that was the last one of 2025. So Hey, Kat. So now, now it's time to get home, start planning the wedding. And yeah, the next one will be February outers out here in the Maldives on board Mavahi. So I'm so excited. Those ones are some of my favorite trips. And I'm also announcing something absolutely massive. By the time this YouTube video goes live, that will probably already have been announced. So the announcement that's going live November 1st is I'm working with World Safaris to block all of the surf passes at Loews Resort, which is a private, all-inclusive resort here in the Maldives with a private left-hander. I'm blocking all the surf passes for all women for a women's takeover week at Loews. So much more details to come on that, but I am absolutely buzzing. This is something that's never been done before in the surf industry, and we're hoping to make it a yearly thing. So surferl.com, make sure you're on my email list and you're watching my socials. And yeah, what a banger end to the year. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and just thanks for the continued support for all the girls that come on these trips, and they're just so special to me. So feeling grateful.